Hello viewers, welcome to another new video. In this video I'm going to explain generic repository pattern. How we can build clean and reusable repository using ASP.NET Web API and Entity Framework Core. And for database we are going to use we can use SQL Server. So I already create the project, so I'm running the project. Let me show you the output of the project. So project is running, and here is the Swagger documentation. We have a product model. If we try to request the product get all, so then the already created product we can able to see. So here is the two product already created. Anyway, so before going to test the entire project, let me explain the project first so that you can understand why generic repository, what is the purpose, and why you are going to use this generic repository, and how we can completely build this project with the help of Visual Studio and the other NuGet packages and other things if we configure properly. So first I'm going to explain the model. So I already created the product model. So this is your SQL database table basically. So we have a product model, and we have a list of entity like ID, name, price, description, stock, and the created ad. So let's say the product is laptop and price is something 100 USD. Description is the laptop description, and stock in your stock, let's say it is the 25 or 100 stock into the stock. And created when we are going to create this product, that date will be recorded into the database. So this is our model, or just we are going to test repository, so just one model class is good enough for us. So then I'm going to explain the database connection string. So here is our database connection string. You can use direct Windows authentication or SQL Server authentication. So we have two connection string here, and based on your settings, and you can use anyone, but note that Windows authentication, if you deploy into the IIS, then there will be error for Windows authentication. Then you have to use the SQL Server authentication, which is SQL Server username and password I already provided here for my local database instance. So you have to pass this connection string name into program.cs file by creating the dependency injection. I already passed application DB context here and pass the connection string. So using configuration, using the instance builder.configuration, we are getting the connection string name, and here is the SQL Server, we're passing the connection string. So our connection string is ready for communicating database using Entity Framework Core. So if we go to we have a data folder which is application DB context. Here we configure the Entity Framework Core for application DB context, and we have just one model class using DB set, and we have a products class. So our Entity Framework Core configuration done. So I already installed 3 different NuGet packages, which is Entity Framework Core, and then is SQL Server and SK Entity Framework Core .tool. So you can use you can search NuGet, go to the NuGet, then you can get the command. Or I already added the command into helper folder. You can check using this command you can install 3 different NuGet packages for Entity Framework Core. So once you complete the NuGet package installation, proper database connection string, and configure the program.cs file for application DB context and passing the connection string, then you have to create the repository. So here is the repository folder. So I have created the interface iGeneric repository where I declared the all the methods. So let me explain one by one. First one is get all async, which is generic type, then get by async, add async, update and delete and save changes async. So this is the method in the interface class, and I'm going to implement these methods into the generic class. So here is my generic class. So I already inject application DB context. So we are going to use context application DB context only this repository. So previously if we are not going to use generic repository, then every controller you have to initialize this application DB context. This is the benefit of using the generic repository. So as we are going to use generic repository, so we are going to use only application DB context here, and every controller we are going to use generic repository. So I will explain and show you how you can use this generic repository into different controllers. So I will create one product controller. I will explain basically product controller. So here is the generic repository. We already implement our interface get all using the DB set. This is our instance, and we are returning the get all data. So using dependency injection, we create the instance of DB context and pass using this context. We are initialize the DB set. So using the DB set instance, we are performing get all, get by, add operation, update operation, delete operation, also the save changes. So this is the repetitive code if we are not going to use the generic repository. As we are going to use generic repository, so we do not perform this repetitive code over and over again into different controllers. So our repository is done, but one thing you have to make sure, you have to inject this generic repository into program.cs file using the builder instance. So builder.service add scope, as it is generic, so you have to use type of. So type of and generic. So we just pass the interface class and the implementation class here. So our dependency injection done here. So now we are ready to use this generic repository into our controller. So as we are just created one model class, so I'm going to create just one controller to perform a complete CRUD operation, especially for product model. So let me open the product controller. So here is our product controller. So as we already created iGeneric repository, so we just initialize the iGeneric repository instance, and we just pass the iGeneric repository into the constructor. So we have a ready instance product repository. So we already passed the product model into the generic type. This is the type. So we have now perform complete CRUD operation for API request. First one is get all product. So using already created instance product repository dot get all, we are definitely get all the product here, and into the second one get by product asynchronous. So if we pass the right ID, then we'll get the get by ID single row here, and the add operation using the product model. If we pass the proper data here, if it is product null, then bad request product data is null, and then if validation done, then just 2 line of code we can perform the complete insert operation. Already implemented add async and save async into our repository, unless you have to write a repetitive code here. So add operation done. Also same goes to first some basic validation, then if validation done, then 2 line of code, the update and save changes, which is common code and which we have implemented into our repository. So that's why generic repository is most popular and useful. And third one is delete operation, delete product. So also the 2 line of code like delete and save changes. So just for testing purpose, let me debug the first one, get all product. I'm running the project already. So Visual Studio is in a debugging mode, so you can change the release mode as well if required. So I'm running the project now with debugging mode for testing get all product. So using Swagger documentation, get all product, if I request try it now, and if I click the execute button, then it will pop up for the debugging point, and if I press the F10, it will move to the next, and F10. So if I going to if I move my cursor into the products, then if I expand the product, then we can able to see two row data here. So we successfully achieve and pull the data from the SQL Server database and execute, continue. Then into the Swagger documentation, we will get the entire data from the database. Let me check just for one post operation. I'm going to try another post operation. I already performed two different data by passing into the post request. So I'm going to try another by copying the same things, and I will modify that things. So post laptop 909, price is like 130, and description a high performance laptop stock is 150. And if we click the execute button, then what happened? Response is 201, high performance laptop, and got a success. So we successfully created another row, and if we check that row by checking the get all product, execute, continue, then definitely we will get additional row here. Previously we have just 2 row, 1 to n, just we added another row which is long 3. So using this generic repository, you can perform complete CRUD operation. This is the ASP.NET Web API project, and you can create controller as much as you can. So you have to just make sure your model name. You have to make sure first create the model name. Then if your model ready, just one things I missed here, which is a database migration. So once application DB context and app setting.json file ready for connection string, and you have performed the proper program.cs file operation, then you can able to create a controller operation by passing your created model. So we, as it is like demo project, we just created one model class which is product. So you can, for the production level project, you definitely have like 10 or 20, even 100 model class. So using that model class, you can perform your expected CRUD operation accordingly. So these are the things. So before wrap up, I'm going to just give you a simple overview. We have to make sure database migration once your application DB context and database connection string is ready. So here is the command. Using this command, you can perform like a database migration using terminal. Also you can use NuGet. Also you can use tools and NuGet package manager console by PMC package manager console. That is another option. So before closing and wrap up, I am going to show you another option. We have a like complete web API project. Here we perform like real live project. So let me show you that real live project web API CRUD operation. ASP.NET Web API template. So this is API project, and if we go to the client project, then you can get you can able to perform ASP.NET client. So this is this project is built using ASP.NET Web API with ASP.NET .NET SDK 8.0, and database is multiple database use like SQL Server, MySQL, and PostgreSQL. So if you are interested, then you can get entire project with source code, complete database, complete project documentation, ERD diagram, architecture diagram, video tutorials, FitX support, everything. Just click here and you will you can get entire project source code from here and from the Code Canyon. So so before closing this video, I just explained just one CRUD operation for web API, but into this project into this live project, we have performed like 20 plus CRUD operation, complete authentication, JW, token based authentication, and we have created 3 different projects. First one is a model class library, second one is API project, and third one is front-end ASP.NET MVC project. So complete production level project, so you will get complete source code and documentation as well. Thank you for watching this video. So see you in the next video.